13 things you need to know when starting your aquarium using Dr. Tim's Aquatics' one and only live nitrifying bacteria. Thank you for purchasing our one and only live nitrifying bacteria. Please realize that bacteria are living organisms that respond positively or negatively to the conditions you put them in. To cycle your tank quickly, please review the points below. Also, download our step-by-step recipe card to help guide you through the process. Number 1, fishless cycling takes longer. For some reason, people think fishless cycling only takes a few days. Wrong. Fishless cycling takes longer than cycling with fish. Fishless cycling takes 10 to 14 days because you, the aquarist, are adding a lot of ammonia. Cycling with fish, where you add a few fish and the bacteria, generally takes 4 or 5 days because this is a lot lower level of ammonia. There is no wrong way to cycle, just have a little patience. Number 2, live sand. If you're going to use live sand, chances are high that cycling will take a little longer. Live sand contains organics and bacteria that break down those organics into ammonia. This causes 2 issues: high ammonia, which slows the process, and a bacterial bloom. These bacteria take micronutrients out of the water, which the nitrifiers need when fishless cycling. Follow the setup guide for the tank and get everything running. After 24 hours, measure the ammonia before adding the ammonia drops. If your water has ammonia, then do not add the ammonia drops at this stage. Wait until the ammonia disappears before adding more. Number 3, bare bottom or lack of biomedia. Bare bottom tanks take longer to cycle because the bacteria need a lot of surface to stick to. Bare bottom tanks lack surface area. The glass or plastic bottom of the aquarium is not a good surface. This is especially true in quarantine systems. There is not enough good surface for the bacteria. Many types of sponges are not great either. Plus, with lots of water flow, the bacteria are swept into the mechanical filter, and when it is cleaned, they are tossed out. One solution, if you really want the look of a bare bottom tank, is to add a layer of glass beads or marbles to the bottom. Cycle the tank and then slowly start to remove the marbles over a week or 2 after cycling. Point 4, space age media. Along with number 3, people will use an artificial media made from glass, ceramic, or some other space age media. While these can work eventually, the bacteria don't seem to colonize them very fast. So just putting a few blocks in an otherwise bare bottom tank will not work very well. Also remember, long term, these types of media need to be kept clean so the water can freely flow through them. Number 5, the water needs to be chloramine free. Most tap water contains chloramines or chlorine to kill bacteria and make the water safe to drink. These chemicals need to be neutralized before adding the one and only live nitrifying bacteria. Use our first defense to detoxify your water. Point 6, high ammonia. People think they have to feed the bacteria every day or the bacteria will starve. Bacteria are not human. They do not need to feed every day to survive. Because the ammonia oxidizing bacteria work faster than the nitrite oxidizing bacteria, the ammonia will reach 0 sooner than the nitrite will reach 0. Don't believe the internet that says the bacteria will starve if there is no ammonia. Follow the recipe cards. Point 1, do not add ammonia if either ammonia or nitrite is above 5 milligrams per liter nitrogen. And 2, only add a maximum of 4 drops per gallon. Do not continue to add ammonia until you get a reading of 2 parts per million, or else you risk overdosing the system with ammonia. Point 7, overdosing with ammonia removing chemicals. It makes little sense to add an ammonia removing chemical to your aquarium water when you are then going to add ammonium chloride drops. So don't. Just use a simple dechlorine agent like our first defense to remove any chloramines or chlorine. Some popular brands of ammonia removers advertise that they do not affect the nitrifying bacteria even at high doses. This is wrong. The overuse of ammonia removing chemicals will stall the cycle. Point 8. High nitrite is related to point number 6. Many times the bacteria can quickly handle the overdosing of ammonia and you'll get a 0 ammonia reading, but the nitrite just gets higher and higher. High nitrite is very common when you rush the cycle or add too much ammonia too quickly. High nitrite inhibits the bacteria and stalls the cycle. If you have super high nitrite, do a 33 to 50% water change without disturbing the substrate. Do not add chemicals to detoxify the nitrite. Point 9. No nitrite. This is the opposite of number 8. The bacteria work so well that there's no nitrite, and so you assume the bacteria are dead. If your water is ammonia and nitrite free, follow the recipe card and add another dose of ammonia. The goal of adding one and only is to add enough bacteria to remove ammonia and nitrite quickly, and in many cases, you may not see either when cycling. Point 10. No nitrate. The end product of nitrification is nitrate. So logically, you should be able to measure nitrate to make sure your aquarium is cycled. This is correct. The issue is that the majority of test kits do not measure low nitrate values very well. Until the nitrate gets around 20 milligrams per liter nitrogen, the kits may not register a read. Point 11. Low pH in soft or soft water. The nitrifying bacteria do not work fast at low pH values, under 7. They also don't work fast in RODI water or naturally soft water. It may seem to make sense that pure water is best. It's pure, but that is not true. The bacteria need water with minerals and they prefer water with a higher pH value. Point 12. Specialized tanks. Plant tanks, shrimp tanks, etc. with specialized soils that leach ammonia or keep the pH low or add lots of tannins to the water all negatively affect the performance of the bacteria. This means cycling will take longer. You either need to be patient or add a lot more nitrifying bacteria to the system. 13. Temperatures during shipping. Nitrifying bacteria are relatively tough bacteria, especially ours, because we grow them on a small particle, which is why you need to shake the bottle really well before adding them to the tank. They tolerate heat very well, and only when exposed to temperatures over 130 degrees Fahrenheit for several days do they suffer. At the other extreme, they do not survive freezing, and if the bottle arrives frozen solid, chances the bacteria did not survive. If the temperature in your area is at either of these extremes, purchase the extreme weather package from our site.